sound you've heard in all kinds of songs. Now this is of course photographed by Nickelback, and a great example of some of the things that they do really well and make their songs very accessible to listening and to playing. And it's really two chord shapes just moved up and down the neck, and what we have is open strings on every chord. So rather than a standard bar chord, like if I was at the 3rd fret playing a G chord out of the E family of chords, full bar at the 3rd and an E shape, all I have to do to get a little more open or droning sound is leave the first 2 strings open, get rid of the bar, and make sure the bar is playing just the 6th string. And that gives me an extended chord in the G family. And the names are not really too important right now. This would be a chord that has an E in it. We could call it a G6. If we move it up to the 5th fret, we have an A chord that now includes a note not normally in the A chord either, and that would be a B, making it an add 9. Anyway, I have a lesson together on this at Totally Guitars as part of the Target program. We go a little bit into the names of the chords, but you really just have to be able to play that E shape of a chord on the 3rd fret for G, the 5th for A, the 7th for B, the 8th for C, and the 10th for D. Then there's going to be one more shape that is the beginning shape, and that is an E shape, an E chord that is out of the A family, really just a power chord at the 7th fret. So what I'm playing is my 1st finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string, my 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the 4th string, and my 4th finger on the 9th fret of the 3rd string, and strumming all 6 strings. This is just an E, really just an E power chord because there are only really 2 notes in it, E and B. Has a really interesting strumming pattern, but it's very regular too. And that's what we talk about more in the lesson, is breaking that down to 16th notes and every stroke that you have to get to make it happen in there. But once you've done that, and start running through the chords, and you have to remember one thing about the original. They're tuned down a half step. So if you want to play along with them, you either need to tune your guitar a half step low, or get a cool little utility like Song Surgeon that you can change the pitch of songs. So again, this lesson, short lesson on photograph, is available at Totally Guitars. We also have lots of other free lessons. They are generally much easier, although this one is pretty easy. There's not a whole lot going on, and that's what some of the things that make the Nickelback tunes very accessible to beginning guitar players. So anyway, if you'd like to check it out, come visit us at totallyguitars.com. But in the meantime, practice making up your own stuff with some of these chords. There's all kinds of cool stuff you can do with them.